A very good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And some people have already joined, which is great. And I'm sure there will be some more. All of a sudden, we are in December and it's, well, winter, almost winter. A bit windy and a bit wet in London, but not as cold as I expected. But anyway, so hello from London again. The last show I did was from Southern California, slight change of scenery, but it's so amazing to be able to just connect wherever we are in the world. And this is what this YouTube show is all about. It's all about connection. It's all about asking questions. It's all about reflection and getting new ideas and inspiration for our daily life with Reiki. And our daily life is not that easy all the time. There are just so many obstacles. In fact, as I mentioned already, I'm working on my new book at the moment, and I put in there a description of the world. I started with a description of our lives, our struggles, and then I went to the bigger picture of society and the globe. And then I read it and I thought, this is going to make everybody suicidal. So we have to a certain degree, take a step back and then think, okay, yes, there are so many struggles in life, but how can we overcome them? And how can we live anyway? How can we keep this connection, the love, the excitement, the momentum that just keeps us going in everyday life? And to a certain degree, this is what today's show is all about. And I just want to have a little check. Often there are people saying hi. And yes, Paul is saying hi from London, and Jessica from Kent, which is amazing. There's, oh, wow. Hello. Greetings to Pakistan. This is so cool. I think it's just extraordinary that Reiki is able to bridge people despite our very different approaches, cultures, backgrounds. But Reiki is not a belief system. Reiki is just energy, just something that we can feel. Reiki is all about vibrations, and this is what today is all about. So thank you so much for joining. This is really exciting. I wondered for quite some time why the system of Reiki has the element of the Reiki principles. Of course, there is the palm healing. We can feel something in our hands. We can use it on ourselves. There is this element of a spiritual connection. So once we start not just using Reiki and feeling something in our hands, but once we start tracing it back to where it's coming from, we automatically are put on, well, a path of seeking a bigger picture, of a deeper understanding, of a more holistic or a more spiritual take. Not a religious, but a spiritual take, with the idea that there are higher vibrations. So what is it that this is coming from that we are using? This is very clear to me that these are the main aspects of Reiki. But why did Mikao Usui come up with a set of principles that roughly, and I feel a pretty good translation from Japanese, are just for today: do not be angry, do not worry, be grateful, work with diligence, and be kind to others. I thought, okay, this is so typical. As soon as something is pleasant, positive, there is something to tell you off, to make you very aware that you are not good enough. Just for today, don't be angry, don't worry, is pretty unachievable. So why is that criticism almost at the core, at the heart of the Reiki principles and in fact of the Reiki teachings? Because the memorial stone that was erected in 1927 for Mikao Usui, a year after his death, and that was just erected to memorize, basically to immortalize his achievements. They put the Reiki principles at the very center of his teachings. So he must always have mentioned them, and he asked his students to repeat them every morning and every evening. Why would he do that? It took me really quite some time to realize it's all about vibrational levels. And it's just a reminder that anger and worry keep us in this three-dimensional realm to a degree that sometimes we feel there is no way out. We are completely stuck. We don't see that there are higher vibrations because we are down. We are angry and we are worried. It keeps us in our body. It keeps us in this belief system that we are limited, that we can't really achieve what we want to achieve, that there are obstacles beyond our control that just make life impossible to develop in a direction that we really hope for. So these limiting beliefs keep us in a very low vibrational level. And I often do a little exercise in some of my workshops. I ask people to stretch out a hand just to the side, say to the right-hand side. And then I ask a person to stand behind and to place one hand on the shoulder and one hand on the stretched out hand of the person in front. And I ask the person to put all their strength in the hand. And then the person behind is trying to push it down. And there's a good degree of resistance. And then I ask the people in front with a stretched out hand to just listen. And I tell them that life is beautiful, that they are strong, that they are happy, that the weather is good, the sun is shining, they are healthy, they've got all the energy and all the strength in the world. And all they do is listening to my suggestion, but somehow their subconscious is taking it in. And then I ask them again to stretch out the hand and ask the person in front to try to push it down, and it almost doesn't give way. There is so much strength in there. This is positivity. Positivity is a high vibration. And then I turn it into the opposite. I ask the people in front again to listen, and I tell them that in fact, it's all the opposite. They are very, very tired. They are frustrated. They struggle. They have absolutely no energy. They have woken up with a feeling of not being able to achieve anything. All they do is listening. Maybe they're even laughing, thinking, what is this guy telling us? And then I ask them to stretch the hand, the arm out again, and ask the person behind to push it down. And normally it goes down like that. It is crazy. Just the suggestion is making such a difference. The negativity keeps us in a very low vibrational level, and positivity makes us strong. So this is why Mikao Usui suggested that we should just be aware, not to be stuck in negativity, in anger, and in worries. It's normal to have these emotions. It's normal to have these reactions, but not to dwell on them, not to hold on to them. This is really, really helpful. In fact, when we are really, really angry, do we even think of Reiki? When we are really, really worried, aren't we almost given up the hope that Reiki can help? This is why I love what I often do. I call it the emergency Reiki. As soon as I feel really down, really frustrated, I just give myself a few moments of Reiki. Let's just do that for a moment. Just bring the hands together, connect to Reiki, and then just place the hands on your heart. And just let the energy flow. The immediate connection raises our vibrations. And the Reiki principles, of course, go further. They then suggest to be grateful, to just look what we can be grateful for. And by being grateful, we arrive in the moment. Anger is very much about the past. Worry is very much about the future. But gratitude brings us into the present moment. So we are present. We raise our vibrations to positivity. We are grateful. And this is the basis then to go to even higher vibrational levels. Working with diligence really means I can do it. I have the power. I have the help. I have the connection. I am a spiritual being. And this is really what's raising our vibrations. There's something really odd that happened over the last few months in my life. I've mentioned that I'm sure over the last few years here and there that I often sense guides around me. I listen to my guides and I often feel guided. And working on this new book, it is absolutely crazy. Most of it is actually not written. It's dictated because I'm dictating straight away what I'm hearing. And this opened up more and more with really interesting dictations, ideas, and suggestions that I did not expect. And sometimes I just ask, really? Can I say that? Do I have to say that? So I then need to kind of work around how to put things in a digestible way, because sometimes my guides are very, very straightforward. And they were very clear that this planet is going in a direction that it's not anymore about making it a better world. It's very much about saving it. And when we look at science at the moment, I mean, it's true. We are at a point where we, for the first time in world history, are able to pretty much destroy life on this planet entirely. That was never possible. So yes, we are facing huge challenges and we need to rise up to them. We need to raise our vibrations. So I've been working with my guides, and earlier this year, I started looking at what I was always mesmerized with: psychic mediumship. My spiritual journey actually started with a reading from a psychic medium, and it was so accurate and it was just absolutely extraordinary. And more and more, I was wondering whether, given that I talk so much to my guides, it would be something that I could do as well. And I've started doing some classes, and I've now been fast forwarded to the professional level, which is absolutely crazy. And I just sense guides. I just feel the connection to the spirit world. And I feel more and more that this is a completely different lifestyle, to just live in this connection, that we can say hi to our guides, to our ancestors, to our loved ones in the spirit world, to angels, to light beings. We can just communicate on these higher vibrational levels. And by doing so, we really, raise our vibrations to a point where anger and worries are not as overwhelming anymore as they used to be. They're still there. And there are still times when there are lapses, but I really feel that we can be held on these higher vibrational levels. And when we look at the Reiki principles as a journey of raising the vibrations from letting go or realizing that it's not helpful, anger and worries, to kickstarting our raising of our vibrations with gratitude, to working diligently and stepping into the power and working on higher vibrational levels, a deeper understanding, a closer connection. Well, the final Reiki principle is being kind to others. This is the highest vibrational level in the universe. Oneness, love, interconnectedness, the understanding, the acceptance, the realization, and the, feeling that we are connected, that we are all connected to a higher picture, to consciousness. And consciousness is in everything. And even if we sometimes quite rightfully do not agree with actions of other people, sometimes we despise things. I mean, how can we not despise torture and wars and attacks and these incredibly low vibrational acts? But that doesn't mean that we can also go beyond and we realize that the people involved feel lost. They are lost in their anger. They are lost in their worries. They are completely deluded, thinking that there's nothing else, that love, that support, that connectedness has got lost on them. They don't have it anymore. So once we raise our vibrations, once we reach out, once we just live on these higher vibration levels, I'm absolutely certain that we just share it. We share it naturally, and we can raise the vibrations of this planet. We can raise the vibrations of humankind and create a very, very different planet. So higher vibrations, living in this awareness, on this connection that, this understanding that we are spiritual beings. This is really the key of raising our vibrations, using Reiki, and not just using Reiki, not just channeling Reiki, but opening up to Reiki, being Reiki, becoming Reiki. Once we live, once we act on these levels, once we bring in the light and the love that this level entails, then we can share it and we can really create a very, very different world. But how would a world look like on higher vibration levels? How would a world look like without anger and worries, without wars and the right of the stronger? How would a world look like where everybody is accepted as equal, as a spirit in a body? I would love to invite you, maybe in this festive month, as a start into the holiday celebrations. I would really like to invite you to just meditate for a moment, to ask Reiki to help you visualize and therefore kind of create a world that is a different world, a world of love and light, a world, a society based on higher vibrations. So if you're ready, I would, or when you're ready, I would like to ask you to just join me in this little exercise, in this little meditation. Just connect to Reiki and bring your hands in front of your heart chakra. And then close your eyes and just ask Reiki to help you see, to help you visualize, to help you manifest and create a world, humankind, society on higher vibrational levels. And then just move up to your third eye and see what comes into your mind. And then bring your hands back down and place your hands for a moment on your heart to let this resonate in your body, to let this resonate in your energy field, and to let it resonate in your heart, so that we can all play our role in making the world a better place, a much better place, in saving the world for humankind, so that we can create a life, well, happy beyond our wildest dreams. And look at this beautiful interconnectedness. California, Connecticut, Canada, Kuwait, Zimbabwe, UK, Pakistan. It's so phenomenal to have, just with relatively few people here, already such a reach. So wherever we are, we can really work on this and make the world a better place. So, and Sweden and Finland, thank you so much. So just bring your hands together for a moment and thank Reiki for this inspiration. Mikao Sui envisaged Reiki not just to be a complementary therapy. He said it is a way, a lifestyle that will help people to live together differently. And I really feel this is what Reiki can do. Reiki is this incredible tool that works on so many levels, but it can really, really change the world. Romania, thank you. This is so fabulous. I'm so excited about having people from so many different countries here. And I know there are so many people who will watch this in a replay later on. So let's invite them all into this Reiki share, so that not just those who are here at the moment, but everybody who is watching replay take um, can take part in the Reiki share and will receive Reiki and will share Reiki. And even now, we will already feel Reiki from all these other people. Of course, we need help. We need support. And we have this, well, heavenly help from Reiki but it's wonderful to also get Reiki treatments from other people, especially in this really, really powerful setting of a Reiki share, of a Reiki circle. So when you're ready, I would like to invite you to join the Reiki share, to just once more connect or reconnect to Reiki. If you've learned Reiki 2, just use the connection symbol. Otherwise, just set your intention to connect with everybody. And then just open your hands. Just let Reiki flow to everybody who is taking part in this Reiki share now and at a later stage while watching this replay. And really feel the connection. And for a moment, also pay attention to how you feel receiving Reiki from all these wonderful people. And then just relax. Just really relax. Reiki is doing by non-doing. We just allow Reiki to flow through us, to flow out through our hands, and share that with everybody on this Reiki share. And at the same time, just sense the Reiki that you're receiving through the hands of so many other people. Then you can bring your hands together for a moment and thank Reiki and slowly come back into the here and now. And of course, Reiki carries on working after a treatment, after the Reiki share. And so this was really beautiful, very calm, very peaceful. Well, just imagine a world ruled by Reiki. Well, I don't think it's impossible. And let's that be the big wish for the world for the holiday season, no matter what you are celebrating, that we can really come together as one, as a world, and collectively raise our vibrations. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making this such a feature and such a cornerstone and so much fun to connect. And often there are questions. I would really like to encourage you to ask questions more and more in the future as well. Send me an email or put that in the chat. Was it the chat bar, chat box on the right? This was the last YouTube Reiki show before Christmas, because then next week I'll be traveling and then we are getting so close to Christmas. So I'll be back in the new year. But what also will be back in the new year is the January Reiki Challenge, where I will be filming a new video every single day with insights, with some challenges, some exercises, and it's really designed as a journey of raising the vibrations, of letting go, of freeing ourselves, of starting the new year in a really, really powerful way. And I'm very, very encouraged by the feedback that I received over the years for the program, but the program has evolved, has developed, and I'm absolutely certain there will be more and different things coming in January as well. So I'm at the moment still working on putting everything together. At some stage next week, this will be ready, and then I will send an email. And until then, well, until I see you next, there'll be live coaching sessions as well. So it's very interactive, the January challenge as well. So I look forward to seeing you at some stage, one way or the other, in January. And if you are in London, we are starting with a workshop on 10th of January, a treatment day. We are having a Reiki share on the 11th of January, and lots of courses, of the traditional diploma courses and of the of new courses. There's a Reiki and mediumship course in there as well. So lots of really, really fascinating things to look forward to. Thank you again. Thank you for being here. And yes, have a really, really beautiful holiday season. And now I just have to find the right button again, which I just have. Goodbye and see you in the new year.